And if you're planning on having RV City be a part of your Florida-Georgia game experience, get ready to shell out a lot of this. One girl came back and she said, "I'm very posh spice." She looked adorable. Certainly a lot of fear and confusion for people coming into Jacksonville International Airport tonight, and now it's turned into an anxiety-filled hurry up and wait game. We're going to tell you a little bit about a man whose trip to the grocery store during today's heavy rains ended in him making a $5,000 mistake. Ouch. It's been 3 weeks since the new healthcare website was launched, and today the president was upfront about the massive technical malfunctions millions of people say they've experienced. When we pressed her on that question, she couldn't say if she was going to have 5 or 10 or 15. So this numbers game is certainly something she's going to have to figure out, not only with her neighbors, but more importantly, with city council members.
A lot of people have been begging for those fall-like temperatures, and Adrienne's one of them. Yes. She has the boots that she wants and the scarf.
And the beanie. Certainly a lot of fear and confusion for people coming into Jacksonville International Airport tonight, and now it's turned into an anxiety-filled hurry up and wait game for so many other people. Now, who you're talking about in the lead-in here is Sinette Jenkins. We caught up with her just a short time ago. She is hearing impaired, and through help with her nephew and interpreter, she was able to describe for us just how scary it was as she was trying to land in the middle of this evacuation and having a very difficult time trying to communicate with other people and get an understanding of just how urgent this situation was.
There was no communication for deaf people.
Sinette Jenkins' flight from New York ends in chaos after fellow passengers frantically typed on their cell phones to communicate the evacuation underway as she landed at Jacksonville International Airport. Because she's hearing impaired, her nephew Seamus explains.
They even asked that, the plane waitress, she knew a little bit of sign language, but she didn't want to tell her more. So she didn't realize that hearing people looked at her down kind of and left her behind.
Her brother-in-law Jay was waiting in the parking structure when he saw running and snapped this photo of authorities holding someone down on the ground after 2 suspicious packages were found on airport grounds. While investigators have not confirmed any arrests, Jay says the situation made for some heart-pounding moments.
We saw 2 police wrestling with this guy and took him down, and they arrested him. Then they left the blue bag there, and they suspected it was a bomb inside. So they told everybody to get out of the parking garage.
Others, like Becky Williams, pulled into this overflow lot near one of the airport hotels, waiting for word from her husband, who was flying into Jacksonville from Ohio. Moments after we started talking to her, her phone started buzzing. Okay, what is he saying?
He said, "Moving us to overnight parking area. Sounds like we will be walking off plane there, but to where do not know."
With communication spotty for so many, Henry Burkhardt called his sister, who works for U.S. Airways, to find out how crew members might be tending to his 87-year-old grandmother.
She said they do have emergency provisions on board the aircraft, at least 2 cookies per passenger, and they'll give them hydration, and they'll let them use the restroom.
Now, going back to Sinette Jenkins, we caught up with her just a few minutes ago, and she's actually now on her way home with her family members. But we asked her if she was upset over how this whole situation was handled with the airlines all the way down to the airport officials. And she said, no, she's not upset. She's just glad everybody is okay. But she does believe there is an important lesson to be learned here. She would really like to see some more hearing impaired options for travelers just like her. So if this ever happens to anybody else in the future, they won't have a similar experience. If the bright yellow paper didn't catch your attention, the printed words just might. A crime alert near the University of North Florida's campus warning students of a robber armed with a gun. Good evening. Many students like the one you just heard from share similar concerns tonight after police say 3 students were robbed at gunpoint over the weekend. Now, so far, no time frame has been given as to when the problems will be fixed. Until then, Channel 4 is helping you prepare ahead of the March 31st deadline. We've created an entire section on our website. Just go to news4jax.com. It includes videos answering some of the most frequently asked questions like, will I have to change doctors, or will it affect Medicare? If you've taken a step outside in the last couple of minutes, it seems like those clouds are just getting more and more ominous.
They are. It's like they're closing in on us.
The surprise move by Governor Chris Christie over same-sex marriage and what it means for the state of New Jersey. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie has dropped his appeal against legalizing same-sex marriages. His office submitted a formal withdrawal to the state Supreme Court early this morning. 1 minute after midnight, gay couples started exchanging vows all across the state. A lower court's ruling to recognize gay marriage went into effect today. Since that September ruling, Governor Christie has asked the state's top court to overturn it. Today, the mayor of Jersey City spoke to CNN, saying Christie's decision to drop that appeal comes at a convenient time, with state elections just 2 weeks away. It took 18 months of planning and 1 month to complete, and a lot of patience.
That is amazing.
Can you imagine if you were plowing and going, oh wait, I was supposed to go right instead of left. Oops. Investigators say the 16 men named in these arrest reports were seductive, calculated, and worked extremely fast to groom these underage girls online. Now, these underage girls were really undercover officers who tell us that they were able to get these men in a matter of 5 days, either in a vehicle or on a plane, looking for sex. Logging on to lock up child predators. Clay County Sheriff's deputies use an undercover internet-based operation to nab 16 men in what they say should be a big wake-up call for parents.
The usual aim of these predators is to gradually seduce their targets by providing them with some type of attention, affection, or the promise of gifts, or by simply sympathizing with the minor during a problem that they're experiencing.
Operation Wrong Destination involved multiple agencies and officers who posed as young girls on different social media sites. And within 5 days, authorities say they had men from all walks of life driving, even flying to meet and have sex with who they believed were underage girls.
You can see all of these suspects are adults, ranging in age from 20 to 53 years of age. Many are married, some are single, most have no criminal record, and 2 of them have some type of significant, or have had some type of significant law enforcement interaction.
Investigators describe this as a twofold mission aimed at getting these predators offline and off the streets, and educating parents about the dangers lurking behind those seemingly innocent profiles and websites.
You need to know their passwords, who they're blogging with, who they're befriending, who's showing them affection, who's showing them attention. Those are all measures in which you can implement to curtail some of this from occurring to your kid.
While similar sting operations will likely follow, investigators say they want to drive home just how fast these crimes are being committed, and oftentimes under your own roof.
These guys are very aggressive in their activity. They know what they want. They have a specific profile that they're trying to meet, and they don't stop at anything until they have met that desire.
Now, investigators do tell us that in the coming days and weeks, additional arrests could be made in connection to this case.
Channel 4's Adrienne Moore is joining us live in Springfield to pick it up from there. Adrienne?
Mary, 3 of Aubrey Thompson's friends say they had no idea these little rubber bracelets would turn into such a big deal. On one side, they say #PrayForAubrey, which has been all over social media. On the other, it reads "Play hard and pray harder," which has really become a new mantra for the football team over at Bartram Trail High School. But when it comes to selling these bracelets on campus or even at a football game, the district is throwing a flag on the play.
Everyone's like, Warren, can I get one? I'm like, I can't give them to you right now.
Not even a quarterback sneak can get you one of these Pray for Aubrey bracelets on the Bartram Trail campus. And don't even think about rushing the passer at the school's upcoming football game.
It was just, I don't know, really confusing to me to wrap my head, because she didn't give us like a specific thing. So we're just like, what'd she even say?
Lauren Lavarius and Ansley St. John, along with another friend, asked the principal if they could sell these bracelets to help pay for medical expenses for 16-year-old Aubrey Thompson, who was thrown from the truck he was riding in last week in what investigators say was a racing-related crash. The big-hearted trio were told no. A tough answer with a good reason, according to the school district.
The principal has been contacted by many groups, students, organizations that want to do things to help Aubrey. And while it's so appreciated, it's a bit overwhelming for both the family and the school.
The district says there are rules in place which state students looking to sell something on campus or at a school-sanctioned event must have a school administrative sponsor who is monitoring the inventory, sale, and funding associated with it.
As of right now, the principal Sapp has told them that, she may look at doing a fundraiser where they have a sponsor in the future. But at this point, she's just telling them to hold off and not to do these activities at school.
Aubrey's friends admit they're disappointed, especially since the bracelets are selling so fast at $3 a piece.
It definitely is frustrating a little bit just because we're trying to get them out and so many people want them at Bartram, and since we can't bring them there, it's just been really hard. I sold a bag of 100 in 30 minutes and I came home and I was like, we've got to buy more, we got to get these in.
While the group says they understand rules are rules, they hope the district will reconsider and wrap their support around their effort and their risks.
I just really want them to know that, we're just trying to support Aubrey. We're not trying to, pocket the money. We just really want to be there as support.
And Aubrey's friends say they still plan on selling these bracelets on their own personal time, of course, off campus. They say the demand has really been so high that just tonight they ordered 600 more.